Yo, what's up everybody? Bloggy blog time. I just want to make this blog and I want to go over this video and do some commentary. It might be a fairly long video, but I just want to show you how corrupt the police are in this country. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't hate police. I mean, I hate corrupt police. I hate police that only enforce the laws that they believe are legal. If they just follow the Constitution and their oath to the Constitution, a lot less problems would arise. And you're going to see in this video the cops breaking the law over and over and over again. And I'm going to pause and do commentary as the video goes along.
On the move.
Okay, so there's a guy here and he's walking down the sidewalk and he's in Vancouver, Washington, and he is open carrying. In other words, he has a rifle slung on his back. It's an AR-15, which is the rifle that the media is making everyone believe is some kind of killing machine, which it's just a rifle like any other rifle. It's a semi-automatic rifle. It's not a machine gun. It's not you hold the trigger down and 8 million bullets come out. And the point is, this guy has it slung on his back, and it's completely legal to open carry a rifle in where he's at. He's not breaking any law. So here we go.
Hey, bud, stop right there. Stop right there. Put the rifle on the ground. Put the rifle on the ground.
Okay, first things first. There's cops. There's one here in front of him, right here, and there's two to his side at least, and one behind him for sure. And they're pointing guns at him, and they're over the loudspeaker saying, first of all, they're telling him to stop. Again, this guy's not doing anything illegal. So for them to tell him to stop would be wrong. You're not allowed to impede somebody's freedom of movement unless they're breaking a law. And then they're telling him to put his rifle on the ground, which again is an unlawful order because, again, he's not doing anything illegal.
I'd rather not touch it, officer.
Put the rifle on the ground.
I don't want to touch the weapon. They're pointing guns at me right now, and
So they're pointing guns at him, told him to stop, and told him to put his rifle on the ground, all of which are unlawful orders. These are now the police, which are supposed to uphold the law, and especially the Constitution, which is the law.
all right. I'm putting my rifle on the ground. Please do not shoot me. Okay, I have two weapons pointed at me right now. Hey.
Now they're telling him to put his hands on top of his head like he's a criminal. Again, this guy's not doing anything illegal. Keep that in mind as the video progresses.
Am I being detained right now, officer?
Okay, he asked if he's being detained, because if he's not being detained, this is the question police can't stand. He's asked if he's being detained. Instead of answering, they tell him to put his hands on top of his head. Because if they were honest and lawful, they would say, no, you're not being detained. At that point, he could pick up his rifle and walk away. Because if he's not being detained, then he's free to go. There's no in between. And that's why they won't answer that question.
All right. Just so you know, officer, you're being video recorded right now.
I believe it's a law in Washington that you have to inform someone if they're being audio and video recorded. I think it's just audio. But regardless, he's informing the cop as per the law.
You're being video recorded right now. I just want to let you know.
They're pointing guns at him.
Can I put my arms down?
Okay, one says go ahead, put your hands down, and the other one says no.
Okay.
No, okay, here we go. Officer Rollins, turn your phone off, just turn it off. Why? See, now, these police have given him several lawful orders. They've disarmed him illegally. They're treating him like a criminal, making him put his hands on his head. They're giving him conflicting unlawful orders. And immediately the cop says, turn your phone off when he's trying to document what's going on here. Why do they immediately want you to turn your phone off? Again, so now his Second Amendment's been violated, his freedom of movement has been violated, and now he's trying to stop his First Amendment rights to document what's going on. And he's a public official.
I'd rather not, sir. I don't want to. Let me see your ID.
And there's number 3. Let me see your ID. Okay. The law says you only have to show ID if you're suspected of a crime. This guy hasn't committed a crime. So there's another unlawful order. Say, let me see your ID.
Am I being detained right now, officer? Huh? Let me see your...
He asks, am I being detained? And he goes, huh? And then he says, let me see your ID again. Why won't he answer the question if he's being detained? Because if they were detaining him, they'd be doing it unlawfully because he's not committing any crime.
No, thank you.
What's that?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Okay, why are you saying no, thank you?
I know it's my Fourth Amendment right. I don't have to show you my identification.
Okay, why are you walking down the road with a rifle?
Am I not allowed?
Another question. Say, okay, now here's a cop asks a stupid question. Why are you walking down the street with a rifle? That would be like asking, why are you walking down the street with a shirt on? Because both are completely legal. The police just don't like people to be armed. They don't like for people to be armed, even though it's their constitutional legal right to be armed. And it's completely legal what this guy's doing. Now he's being guns pointed at him. He's been disarmed. He's been told several unlawful orders now for doing something that's completely legal.
Why? I'm asking you a question. Why are you walking around with a rifle right now?
Why are you walking around with a weapon? Why is...
So the guy is smart and he says, why are you walking around with a weapon? And why is your partner walking around with a weapon? And the cop says,
We're not going to play jokes, all right?
he says, we're not going to play jokes. Well, it's not a joke. The same reason you have a weapon is the same reason he has a weapon, for self-defense. Why do you carry a gun? For self-defense, right, cop? Right? That's why he's carrying a rifle. Same reason.
We're working right now. So
Okay.
why are you walking around with a rifle?
I'm allowed. It's my constitutionally protected right.
That's your firearm?
Yes, it is.
Okay, registered to you?
Another stupid question, registered to you. You don't have to register your firearms in a free country. That's something that was done in Nazi Germany. And for him to ask such a stupid question just shows his ignorance of the law that he's sworn to uphold.
I'm not going to answer any more questions, officer.
Okay. All right, well, yeah, go ahead and just check that real quick.
So now they're touching his properties. There's nothing to check, per se. I guess he could run the serial number, but he has no reason to touch the guy's firearm. He has no reason to run the serial number. There's nothing to check, per se, because the guy wasn't breaking any laws. I can't state this enough. The guy wasn't breaking any laws. They're breaking the law right now.
Just so you know, I don't consent to any searches or seizures of my firearm.
All right, that's good.
So he says he doesn't consent to any searches or seizures. And you're like, that's good, and they do it anyway. So now they're breaking another law.
That's good. We're not taking
Illegal search and seizure.
Just make sure it's not stolen. Make sure the weapon's clear. So why are you walking around with a rifle?
I'm not going to answer any more questions. What's your badge number, officer?
I don't have a badge number. If you can find one on there, let me know.
What's your name?
My name is Officer Rollins.
Officer Rollins. Can you spell that for me, please, sir?
Yeah, I will in a minute.
What's your name, ma'am? Officer Young? Young? What's your name, ma'am? Officer Hernandez, is that correct?
I'm glad you can read.
Wow, that was rude.
So that chick right there says, I'm glad you can read. She had a shotgun pointed at this guy. She's got a chip on her shoulder because who knows why. She's on a power trip. And the police are, by law, supposed to give their names when requested.
All right, stay here. I'll be right. We're gonna watch him for a second. Stay right there.
Am I being detained right now?
At the moment, yeah.
What crime have I committed?
No crimes have been committed.
So he says, am I being detained? And she says yes. See, she messed up and she actually answered him. He says, what crime am I being suspected of? She says, no crimes have been committing at this point that we know of. If that's the case, then why are you pointing guns at him? Why have you stopped his freedom of travel? Why have you disarmed him? Why have you violated his Fourth Amendment? And why are you asking all these stupid questions?
At this point that we know of.
Are you-
Maybe you've been stolen, I don't know.
Are you aware that I have to be committing a crime or you have to have a reasonable suspicion that I committed a crime? It'd be...
So when he explains to her that in order to be detained, he'd have to be suspected of committing some kind of crime or about to commit a crime, and she says, stop talking, that'd be great. while she has her shotgun out.
Great if you would just let me go. I didn't realize that I was in Nazi Germany.
Okay.
Alright.
So any reason why you're walking around with an AR?
I'm not answering any more of your guys' questions.
So now you're about to hear this asshole who thinks he's slick because he weighs about 260, and he don't like that people have rights in this country, even though he swore to uphold those rights. And then he's taking all the bullets out of the guy's magazine and dropping them on the ground. How fucking safe is that? This is an idiot right here. What you're looking at right there is a fucking idiot. Okay, get your hands out of your pocket. Again, this guy has broken no law, has not committed any crime. I can't reiterate, he's not breaking any law. He's been detained illegally. His freedom of movement has been stopped. His First Amendment they tried to infringe on that. His Fourth Amendment was violated. They tried to infringe on that. They seized his property, and now they're emptying his bullets onto a cement sidewalk, just letting them drop on the ground, which is completely unsafe because one of them could discharge that way. Again, this is your mentality of your average police.
I'm going to call you Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, as long as you understand that, based on your behavior and your actions...
Based on his behavior and his actions. So, his behavior thus far has been completely legal. His actions have been completely legal. They have surrounded him, pointed guns at him, which is illegal. They've tried to violate several of his rights, which is illegal. And their actions are those of terrorists right now. And again, he's going to chastise him.
You have caused alarm and disorder in the community, okay? We have checked. You have refused to identify yourself. That is fine. However...
If it's fine, then why are you violating his rights, touching his property, emptying his bullets onto the concrete, letting him drop like an idiot?
Based on your future behavior from this point on, you may receive different contact. Okay? Meaning that you may be detained and identified because you are causing additional alarm and disorder. You understand what I'm saying, sir?
I understand. You just said you're going to violate my Fourth Amendment.
See, he says, I understand that you're going to violate my Fourth Amendment right, and this cop just talks over him and says, good, you understand, just so you know.
Right. So you know, okay?
So, here's
Have a nice day. You may pick up your firearm.
Which you've strewn my bullet all over the ground.
You may leave, sir.
I really appreciate your service to this community, officer.
You're very welcome, sir.
And I appreciate you guys defending the oath you took to uphold the Constitution.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have yourself a great day.
Again, he's being sarcastic, and this cop is too stupid to realize that he's violating the Constitution.
You wonderful people.
So now these pigs have realized this guy hasn't done anything illegal. They threaten him, again, for no reason. He's not doing anything illegal. Now he has to take all the bullets the stupid cop dropped all over the sidewalk, reload his magazine, and re-sling his gun on his back. And just wait till you see what happens now.
Wow. So, the city of Vancouver, not very gun-friendly. Who'd have thunk? Well, I'm just happy I did not get shot today. Look at the bright side, eh? Alright, that feels like all my bullets are there. Okay.
So now he's slinging his rifle back on his back, and he's trying to get to his vehicle. First he wants to find out who this cop was. He wants to confirm more information.
Safe. Okay, so we have police over there. Oh, by the way, he did not give me his spelling of his name. What's that car number? Car number 1292. Hernandez.
They don't want you here.
Oh.
So she says, you leave the property, sir, they don't want you here. So somehow that quick she spoke to the property owner and found out that they don't want him there.
All right.
So he says all right, and he turns around and leaves the property. At this point, he's trying to leave and go to his vehicle so he can leave these psychopaths and get out of their range.
Sir, you were asked to walk the other way while exiting. Do not walk towards me with a firearm in your possession.
Okay, so you were asked to walk the other way. You can ask me all you want. I can walk any direction I want, considering I'm not breaking any laws. And take note here that the guy's walking towards his own vehicle so he can leave.
Walk the other way, please. Thank you.
So now he turns around, don't know where to go.
Wow. This is incredible.
He's on a public sidewalk. He's not on anyone's property.
Officer! Officer! I need to get to my car is over there.
Leave that private property. You need to leave that private property or you're trespassing.
Okay, now, so he won't let him walk towards his car. He turns around and he claims that he's on private property, which he's not. He's on a public sidewalk. So, look what these pigs are trying to do to this guy now.
Officer, I'm trying to get to my car. It's over there. I want to leave.
Sir, keep your hands where I can see him at this point, please. I'm going to ask you to set the phone down so that you don't damage your own phone.
Set the phone down. Okay, I'm going to ask you to set the phone down so you don't damage your own phone. They really hate that he's recording. They can't stand the fact that he's recording. This begs the question, if they're acting this way when he's recording, what would they have done if he wasn't recording?
On the ground. Do not reach.
My car's over there.
Your firearm. Set the phone on the ground.
I just want to leave. My car.
Now they're telling him to get on his knees.
Put them on your head.
Now they're pointing guns at him again.
Why am I being assaulted here? Am I being arrested?
Yep.
I want to leave.
Too bad.
So he tries to leave, and they totally entrap him, and they arrest him there for nothing. The guy was completely within his rights. He wasn't doing anything wrong, and this armed street gang in costumes and badges broke several laws, violated several of his rights, and they just hate the fact that we have freedom in this country. They're here to pull you over for speeding. They're here to break in your house and shoot your dogs. They're here to throw flashbangs in your baby's cribs. They're here to shove flashlights in your mouth. They're here to beat you into submission till you die. They're here to tase you to death after you've fallen off a bridge. This is what police in this country do. They're not taught that we have liberties. Again, the guy was completely doing something that was completely legal. There's no reason for them to do what they did. They just didn't like that he stood up for his rights, and they don't like the fact that people have those rights. If people were really awake in this country, they would see something like this, and 500 of them would walk down the sidewalk with a rifle slung on their back. And then 6 police with some guns